Hey guys, I just got a quick video for you today. I've got a 2015 Ford Transit XLT 350. It was the passenger model, so it had all these rows of seats in here that I've pulled out. But I want to make a quick video on how to actually get this this subfloor out. If you want to like insulate the bottom, if you're like me, you're converting it to a like a camper or something. You want to take that floor out so you can lay some insulation underneath. The first thing I did is there's this hard plastic piece in the back here. We're going to want to remove that. It's these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, and some of them are missing on mine, but they've got these black plastic caps. And the way these work, if you go to about the 2 o'clock position on these caps, you can get a flathead screwdriver in there, just prise right up, and underneath they've got these 6mm bolts that you can just unscrew, and then this comes right out. Okay, so now we've moved over to the passenger side door here, and we want to take this guy out because he's holding down the floor right here. The problem is he's held down by this, and he's held down by this guy right here. So step 1, pull this guy out. He's got just these 2 clips here. So the way I did it was, when it's in the wall like that, I just got my hand up in there and gave her a good solid yank. Be careful not to, you know, bust up this cheap plastic, whatever. Once that's out of the way, you give this guy a good yank. I need a second. There we go. I just lost one of the clips. So he's got one metal clip and these 2 plastic ones here. This will just slide back in like so. And once that's off, that exposes 1 screw right here. This is a, what did I say it was? I think it's a T25. Yeah, T25 Torx. Anyway, once that's out, then this is actually free. Nothing's holding it down besides this. Same thing as before. We have these little caps that you can get underneath at the 2 o'clock position with the flathead. Pull these out. Looks like the same T25 screws again to get this free. And once you have all 1, 2, 3, 4 of these screws free, there's 2 of those little snap-in rivets here. So once all your screws are actually out, you got to give a good little yank there to get that free from that and that. Next up, you're going to want to do this piece right here. It's a little bit finicky because, at least on my model, this part of the housing gets kind of shoved underneath the seat, because underneath here is where the blower for the AC is. But you just kind of have to be a little bit finicky with it and get this out from underneath this little bit of the housing here. There's a little plug right there. You wiggle out and just kind of work your way down, and eventually it comes free. Okay, so with that long piece of plastic out of the way, the last thing left holding on the floor is this piece of plastic here, which is held down by 2 screws, another T25 right there and right there. Unfortunately, just like on the other side, there's another big piece of plastic here, which is held down by another piece of plastic here. But same thing as the other side. You're just going to get your hand up in there, yank that one out, and then yank the bottom one out to expose those 2 screws. You get this guy up, and you're good to go. Okay, so at this point, there's nothing left holding down the floor. It actually has a seam down the middle. So what you can do is, just what I did is you just come over here and grab like this. Make sure you're not standing on this half of the floor. And you can just pull it straight up like that. So as you can see, as I maneuver around in here, it just folds up in half. And so now you can access this side of the floor. So once I had this up, this is how I actually got all these seating rails out. I swept out all the gunk that was left in here. Pretty soon I'll be able to sound deaden and insulate the floor over here. Now on the other side, it is a bit more difficult because what you can't see what you'll see on yours is that there's this this ductwork that comes from the blower under here through this ductwork into the floor, into these vents into the floor. And so trying to maneuver and finagle this while it's attached to the underside of this floor as I'm lifting this half of the floor was difficult. So I ended up just pulling this out because I'm not going to be using this blower anyway. But yeah, do with that what you will. Anyway, that's about it. Let me know if y'all have any better ways to do this. And thanks for watching.